good.
Did you get it from the bathwater?
Yes, yes, I did.
So, let's get started. What happened last time, my friends?
That is a good question.
I know 2 weeks is a very long time.
Where did we... Okay, if you can tell me where we start.
We started at
the entrance to the spring.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we started at the entrance to the spring. I believe this was right after the whole illusory situation. We went in there. We talked to her, and she told us she knew where Justira was, but her and the other guardians are protecting her or obfuscating her in some manner.
Yes.
And that I believe we convinced her if we would do a task for her, she would allow us. I mean, maybe she called it approving, but it was she just wanted something.
It was something along the lines of the point of the dungeon to get to Justira is to test your metal. If you can prove to me your metal in a different way, then I'll just let you circumvent the dungeon.
Right, that's what it was. Yeah, it was definitely her just wanting something. Quid pro quo.
To a degree, but yes. Do you guys decide to do that?
Because technically the
as I look over here at the Wayfarer's Fork channel, a number of you are afflicted, to say the least.
Right, so we had to die.
I say that, but Ruan is he's not afflicted in that sense.
Yeah, one thumbs up.
The other thumb kind of dangling a little bit.
Spirit. But yeah.
So yeah, we found her test was a pool of sorts, spring maybe, that we had to swim to the bottom of to release a dagger that was at the bottom.
Yeah, pull the sword from the stone. Or a dagger from the depths.
Pull the angler from the crevice.
Okay, that's... no comment, never mind. Keep moving on.
Completely accurate.
Moving on.
So we began this descent to varying degrees of success, with some of us suffering some very severe effects. Now that I think about it, it probably would have just been best to do one by one.
Hindsight.
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually we make it to the bottom, where Quirk and Lorelei attempt to grab it. Managed to grab it, not exactly get it out, but also started to have his hand fossilized. To which I believe he got shot with a dispelling arrow.
Yes.
Yeah,
correct.
Mm-hmm.
To relieve it.
Nice, fuck DC too.
Ruhan, quote unquote, succeeded in pulling it out, only to be cursed.
Yeah, I mean, you did successfully pull it out. 100%.
To your dismay.
I pulled it out. Whether that was a success or not was... Anyways. To which
There's a joke to be made there, moving on.
Return.
They'll just have on head.
And... Well, yeah, because he was essentially, given a new life anyways.
Anyways,
so we came out and
he surfaced.
We surfaced, to which he found out he was cursed, and barked his indignation at her for knowing that would be the case in the first place, and began to leave, only to be tackled by quote unquote friends, who eventually, losing all control, he went after seemingly the root of the problem. Only to be stopped when a warlock passed a divine intervention?
The equivalent
A warlockian intervention? Who
Eldritch intervention, we'll call it that.
Removed the dagger from him, sending him comatose. After which, I don't remember what happened in the aftermath, but I know eventually we went to Justira, and after a hard bout of trying to convince her, I can't remember what the final plea was that's got her. Oh, that's what it was.
It was
the unknown evil.
Yeah, and then I think like the assassination attempt as well, wasn't it?
And that,
like,
definitely
that
helped.
the
everything.
inner guard was compromised, which eventually led her to,
Cave.
giving up the ghost and relenting. And she offered everyone pick of her, horde. Cork declined. Abigail and Varric stayed silent, I think. I don't think they did anything.
No.
And then Rose and Fia took something, and they were kind enough to think about Ruhan and got him something too.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that didn't happen. You're right.
I thought of it in hindsight. Like the second we got on the dragon, I'm like, ah, shit.
Then before taking off, decided if we were going to leave or not, and everyone was like, "Yeah, we're all cursed and like dying. Why not? Let's go. Time is of the essence."
That
to
or
which
wait
we
2 days, 3 days.
begin to fly back, only to see Athel Torreans under siege in the distance.
Did you guys
With
want to
some
get something for
Benkoshi
Ruhan?
forces in the necklace.
Yeah, you have. Well, not necklace.
Oh, also,
you guys also got her.
Orb.
Losha's
Thingy.
golem.
yeah.
Right, the golem. I forgot about that.
Yeah, the
There's
golem
also-
that I was hoping to carry you, and then
Yeah,
it's like, let's
right.
go with them, and then it's
The-
just like it's still here, so we're just take it with us? Question mark.
There was also
Right. So because Ruhan was so big and strong, she actually sent 3 golems, I believe.
Oh,
Like,
right,
I think
yeah,
that's-
I
I
think
believe that's how it
I mean,
happened.
he's
There's
a
a
pretty
debate of
heavy
4,
guy,
but
so
3
yeah, I'm
seems
thinking
outright.
3.
We'll have to check the logs. Yeah.
Yeah, the dragon's just
I mean,
covered
mine
in
definitely
seaweed right
says, my notes definitely say 3, just so we're clear on that.
now. Are you sure it
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
4?
what I have written
Right,
down
right.
too.
I think it was
Mhm.
large. It might have been
course.
4.
It could
Okay,
have been
well
4.
now,
It could have been
now
4.
you are sounding unbelievable.
All right.
Now I
I
think
don't
you're
know the
lying.
mechanics of the situation, but I could be wrong.
Wait a second. 4? That's unbelievable. No way.
Yeah.
One for each
3?
leg. That's what we determined.
I took a second.
Yep. That's how it happened.
Yeah,
I fucking kill you.
it's a good roll.
Yeah, you didn't get
It's a
20.
good roll.
You didn't get 22 though. You got 21. You're losing your touch, right? You're losing your touch.
There was also some off-screen parlay with Lyosha and the Benkoshi forces. There
Yes.
you go, 22.
Mostly Connor, but yeah, Benkoshi.
Like I said, off-screen, we didn't know exactly what went down. But yes, I would, if you'd allow
So-
it, retroactively find Ruhan some cool shit.
Right. Oh, I forgot. Totally. Yeah, the whole conversation with Varric happened and the Vikosi.
Mhm.
Man, I really slept past that part.
Literally.
Maybe, yeah, I was gonna say,
You
literally.
get a pass because you weren't physically here.
Well, because I watched the logs and I guess I just forgot it.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, and Fia's face isn't lightning. She hasn't.
Oh, yeah. I unmeshed my face. Unmushed my face. No longer have a bald patch. She is pretty again.
Does it regrow the hair as well?
That's what I
Hey.
was thinking over the week. Like,
Hey.
would I 100% just have, like, stubble on the side of my head?
I would say
That can't be
probably.
true, though. You're an elf.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll give hair.
No, there's no way.
I'll give you an item for Ruhan. As for how good it is, we will roll to determine how good it is.
Nah, they slept on. It's just,
Isn't it common knowledge that all elves suffer neck down alopecia?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
No.
that's a fact. Yeah, no
Yeah.
hair, completely
Hair.
hairless.
How about this? Roll me 1d100. Someone or lower is definitely better, and I mean that very significantly so for this.
We got him an
Oh, okay.
N64 for Christmas.
You find a manual bodily health.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It regains its magical ability in 64 years.
Nice.
Whoops.
Magic rolled a 1. Why?
Yep.
One
That'd be
year.
crazy.
Alright, gotta kill some time.
Let's see
This-
what I
this
was
is when
rolling.
you
Yeah,
find,
this is why I don't have you roll for me.
Nobody jumped
I'll
at the
let
thing.
you use a 4. I'll let you use a 410. It's your book. So that's the one that increases Constitution.
Yeah.
Can I just gotta send this to y'all while we're still chatting. Who thought this was cool?
What is this?
How does this man move without slicing his tiny,
It's
tiny head off?
literally edgy as fuck. Oh my god. Also, what is wrong with his body?
No, the proportions are
A lot.
busted.
I'm
Is
just
this like
thinking
a
of
lot?
like.
His
If
arms
you told
are
me
like
this
5
like
meters.
if you told me
He's
this were
suffering from
Warhammer
tiny
40K,
head syndrome.
I think so. I'm just picturing like a tiny little noodle body underneath all this. It's got like big controls and stuff that he uses.
There are 1,000 things wrong with that.
The
Yeah.
more you look at it, the more pain you are.
How can he
This
move
is
his
when you need
arms?
to
Are too
find a demi
big.
plane, where time passes differently.
And they're right. Yeah, that's a good idea. There's some 14-year-old out there that's like, man, this is it.
Yeah.
This is the one.
This is
So, you ever
nothing
see-
cooler than this in the world.
You ever see those pictures?
He literally has
of-
hoofs.
You ever see those pictures of like people in Fallout 4 in the power armor, but not in the power? Like the power armor isn't
Yeah,
visible.
yeah, like it glitched out. Yeah, it looks weird.
Like that.
Anyways,
Ugh.
moving on.
Oh.
Moving on.
It's not even that serious.
Yeah.
So,
Worse. You fit that.
anyways, moving on. I say for the third time. Anymore, I'm gonna increase the hours on those fucking curses you guys have. Moving on. So, you guys, I think you guys want to talk about using, as exhilarating as it is to be on a dragon that's basically flying 100 kilometers per hour. Pretty cool. You guys technically can take a short rest on it, and I think you guys are talking about using the waxing verve files. Is that correct? Or are you guys gonna save it for a later moment?
Hey,
So would
what
that
later
lower
moments?
down the curse time?
Oh, that's.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'll say yes, but not to the point where you get rid of it. Like it's like you get
Yeah,
8
because
hours
yeah.
done with it
Gotcha.
in 10 minutes. So yes, but no.
Alright. Stack them all into someone.
One person, 60 hours. You guys get back from Breakpoint Island to above Athel Torreans. I'd say it probably takes you the equivalencies of 6 hours, something like that.
Alright.
You guys weren't. You would get back to Athel Torreans at night.
It's so tantalizing close to a long rest by itself.
I mean, for one of you, it's a long
mean-
rest.
Mm-hmm.
For the
It would be a
elf,
good opportunity to do. I mean, we know we're gonna be up against some shit. Might as well pop those
Mhm.
potions.
Yeah. I mean, when else are we going to use it, I
Ew.
suppose? What am I going to click on?
Yeah, I'm gonna chug one. May as well.
you try not to think about how these things are created. There are two different methods, I suppose, going into the 7 that you have. One of which is from the Tavish family, one of which is from the Spectres. You're not sure which one sounds more nefarious. Well, I guess maybe knowing Abigail, you might feel better about that one, or maybe make it worse. I don't know. It's up to you. You drink, you imbibe the file, and true to the legend and what the legend claims, as you just take a moment to just rest, it is basically magically imbuing in you energy. It's like as if you're sort of rewinding time on yourself in a really weird sense. Biologically, we all have this thing. It's called adrenaline. I love this term because it's what's filling me right now as I'm exhausted. When you go to sleep, you lose adrenaline. That's what caffeine blocks the receptors for. Blah, blah, blah. This is getting rid of that. The adrenaline itself, which is what your body would naturally do when you sleep. It's sleep in a bottle, and then some. Will this eliminate the effect of the aid spell? In technicality, not the trip over here, but the file itself, yes. If we're going to use it to deplete curse time as well.
Yeah, I removed the extra stuff.
I mean, Varric is just going to cast it again on you anyway, so
That's
don't worry
true,
too much
so-
about it.
So,
You saw I roll 1d2 plus 1. That's Varric drinking a Manax potion.
how many files do we have left of that?
I've only got one on
You guys
me.
have 7 in total.
7
I don't think you guys gave it. I don't think you guys gave it out one by one.
No.
But feel free to correct me on
I have 6 written down in the bag of holding.
Yeah, there you go. Ooh, big roar, 50% chance,
So,
whatever.
who is down chugging potions? Files.
I may do one because am I able to prepare the spells I've got, or would that not count because it's technically a shorter period of time?
I would allow it.
Okay, I'll chug one then because I want to mess with spells around.
All right, so that's you and I. That's 2. Garth.
All
Let
I'm
me
missing
know.
are amp points. I think she's good enough without them. Also, I get back on a critical. I'm gonna do it. There's no other. I'm getting too good to use syndrome. I'm gonna use the thing.
All right, that's 3. Do you want to use one?
Definitely. Yeah,
Yep,
I have no
right,
lucky.
so 4. We have 2
Yeah, that's
more.
a good one. So be
2
5+.
waxing verve files remaining in the bag of holding.
Can I make an argument for Varric's augmentations?
Which would be?
Put one on Lorelei.
He can change only one. I was gonna change the defensive thing for Fia to one that resists necrotic damage. So he can only change one.
So I have a thought and can be said either in character or out of character.
Mhm.
But the morale of people dies if the princess, which is a metaphorical like object of the future, goes down.
A fair point. I can put it like this. He can only change one per day, which I guess the equivalent to once per long rest. He could change both, but he had to consume a waxing verve file, and he would get nothing from that save for spell slots and this. That would be it. If he was going to change only one to Lorelei, probably get rid of Fia's.
So my thoughts are this, out of us, and I've mentioned this to Crash and Garth.
Yeah.
Quark and Lorelei are the 2 most important people here, even though they'll both be gone after this arc, potentially.
They're the most influential or impactful.
Yeah.
Because if it's a story, then they're the story. We're the supporting cast.
I think that's an argument Varric would take. Not the story one, but the tactical advantage of having a living heir to the throne. Fia, you lose the defensive augment.
Okay, doc.
You're not that much easier to hit.
Yeah. No.
Cork is still regenerative for as good as it is. That being said, any of y'all go down, coup de grace you by the boss.
Yeah.
Down is equivalent to dead, unless I'm out of legendary actions. Which, we'll see. But yeah, let's do this.
Okay. Also, I've swapped my spells to haste and bane.
Haste and Bane, interesting.
Thank you for mentioning Bane, because it's a long rest. I get that back. Okay.
Look over your gear. Look over your spells. It'll be good to at least have them pinned somewhere in your mind.
Oh yeah.
When it looks like we're gonna get into the thick of things, I'm gonna bestow Fortitude on Lorelei and give her 10 more HP.
Very well. Very
I'll
well.
mark
Before we
down
get
this
into the thick of
spell.
things.
How long does bestow fortune?
Hour.
An hour? I will have to ask for clarification on that, and at specific moments, because there are multiple getting into the thick of things, which are thicker than the previous question. So we'll see about it. So yeah, this. So just to break down your guys' I guess quote unquote allies, you guys have the Lotus Golem, walking magic battery formed of, vines and other assorted aquatic life, and obviously a lotus on top. There's a 2 Vankoshi Monete. That's 28 troops. They have the capacity, as they are right now, to be hot dropped into a place, with only one person carrying their transit crystal. Pop the crystal, suddenly 1 becomes 14. Pretty nice. Or, the other advantage they have guns. Guns are pretty dangerous, as I'm sure a lot of people would tell you. They have guns, they are outright, they're basically immune to fear, as evidenced by when you guys had to face off against the illusory dragon. And they have no qualms about extermination and cutting away civilians in a tactical manner. So that's a double-edged sword, depending on how you view it. And of course, you have Jasira. Ancient, bronze, dragon. In technicality, the Venkoshi Monastery are broken into 2 if you want to divide them by squadron. Even further, if you want to break that down even more. The golem is the golem, Jasira is herself. That being said, she does have 2 forms, humanoid and draconic. I imagine the draconic one might be more valuable in a crowd control manner, but don't ever underestimate a humanoid, level 20-something fighter person, etc., etc., etc. Other pieces on the board, if you guys want to start thinking about, you have, additionally, the entire conglomeracy of Alpha Torreans' Royal Guard, what remains of it. Other important factor, you guys have seen how fast the Corsair Fiend moves. You also have the Hippocampi. I believe there are 4 of them, or no, 6 of them total. Obviously, the Hippocampi, when you guys first met him, carried a royal carriage, underwater carriage, so to speak. But an individual Hippocampi doesn't, you can't ride a single Hippocampi, and they go fast as fuck. Probably as fast as Justira, maybe a bit more so underwater, weirdly enough. So yeah. And of course, you have the King and Queen. Queen Lithian, King Theodos. Your guys' objective, or 2 objectives, it's like one of those strategy games where you can't let blank die, but you also had to kill blank. It's like that. You guys are protecting something, which the royal line of the Aquatic Elves, Lorelai's house, royal house, is sworn to protect. It is called the Tide Pulse Pearl. It is in the palace. The siege ends when either it gets broken, and I mean broken, because these things don't exactly have survival instinct, so you had to basically exterminate the fuckers. Or you sever the nervous system by killing the brain. You didn't see me right now, but I made the scissor motion with my finger. Not that scissor. Nonetheless, those are your objectives. We'll talk about what siege situations are cropping up here in Alpha Torreans. I will say, you guys literally drop in to Alpha Torreans. As in, from sky, free fall, dive, down to the city itself. Still on Justira. But, well, let's just change the music then, shall we? Now that I got the more, I got the more logistical stuff out of the way. That being said, actually, before I turn off repeat and play different music, anyone have any questions? This is an out-of-game or strategic question. So that way you don't have to ask it in-game, or if you do ask it in-game, I could be like, you get the answer. Da-da-da.
I'm just double-checking something real quick to make sure.
Got my monster right here. I mean, I have more 1 cents.
So, most likely, we'll be fighting the boss in water, so crossbow will probably be a more effective tool.
Yes.
Or would a longbow with 2 attacks at disadvantage be better?
I mean, statistically, that would be the same.
Yeah.
That is this. I thought, okay.
You come up with something else?
I was just looking at something. So, specifically, water breathing does not give you a swim speed, which means you do still apply to the combat rules.
Stuff, yeah.
Wait, I have those boots. They give me a swim speed.
They do.
No, if you still have your title blessing, you're completely.
I don't know if any of us do.
None of you PCs do.
Sexy.
The NPCs are all golden. It's as if pocketing them to the very last encounter might have been the optimal strategy. That being said, I do have point O who used it to break out of your guys' whole person, which is hilarious.
The hustle. Okay,
Seemed
Good.
only fitting.
Worth it.
so numerically wise, is it better to have one attack that's not at disadvantage or two attacks that are at disadvantage?
I think
Two.
that. Yeah, I was gonna say you have a pretty high plus modifier to hit,
Yeah.
so
Also, if
Yeah.
all things go to shit, then I can turn on the boots and I disadvantage myself. Okay, I'm gonna keep the bow as a bow then.
very well.
Now.
Oh, right, because you don't have crossbow expert, so you are
Yeah,
stuck with
so
the
I'd be
low.
losing an attack entirely.
What kind of action does it take to switch it?
It doesn't say. It just says once a long rest it can be swapped, so I'm assuming it'd be like an action.
Yeah, it's not like that's not a thing you could swap mid combat. It's when
Yeah.
you fucking. It's equivalent of a packed weapon. You know, you don't just
Right.
magically change
Oh,
your weapon,
right.
your packed weapon to a different packed weapon. It is your packed weapon for that day.
Minor words.
Logistical.
Logistical, thank you.
Yes.
Question. I have 10 diamonds in the bag of holding worth 300 GP.
Those are Abigail's. Oh, so it's 10. I put only 5, so she has 10. There you go.
Yeah. So she so
She has room of 5.
good. So I'll just,
she only has 2 third-level spell slots, so 10
Yeah.
is only 2 in this circumstance.
yeah, I'll just write a Abigail here. So I know who has them. Good.
Long-term forethought by Abigail for that. Any other questions?
I think I'm good.
I mean, we have Ruhan's food supplies. If he's
Yes, of course,
feeling touchy.
of course.
Of course, yeah, mid-fight, just, have a quick...
I would
yeah.
say
Oh, you
Ruhan
would be
needs to
attuned
wake
to the
up
belt
mid-
again, by the way.
Yeah, Ruhan does wake up mid-flight. He's sort of being encapsulated onto Justira by the unstranded Lotus Golem. So, like, literally sort of tied there, like a harness. But that is something to concern, that your arm is numb. Still can move it. It's like tentative movements, like shaky. It's like I guess the equivalencies of it would be lifting a heavy object that you're barely able to lift. Like, you know how your arm gets like shaky and like as you struggle to hold the weight up? It's like that with your arm. Except you don't feel it. You note the tremor, you don't feel the pain of lifting a heavy object.
Oh, you need some PT.
I mean, we'll see about that. But yeah, still there, just not there. Half there. Phantom limb without phantom. So, any other last questions, comments, concerns before we get into it?
Yes. Oh, did you make sure to punch in the belt on your sheet?
The
Yeah,
belt's
yeah.
closed, John.
Good.
Would you say remarkable athlete would make me better under what? No, I'm just-
Man.
What is remarkable athlete that even causes for it to
it
entail?
just gives you a bonus
jump,
to
right?
physical checks.
Fucking, let me see.
Here.
Oh no, it's
Half your
like
proficiency. Okay, thank you.
Make an athletics roll.
That's the thing. It doesn't apply to athletics if you have it trained.
Yeah, which I find, yeah,
That's
because it says
wild.
you don't already use your proficiency bonus. That's interesting. I'd increase your swim speed. Okay, I'd increase that.
Instead of being half,
That'd be
it's
fair.
20 feet.
No, Ruan doesn't have like mobile or anything like that, right?
No,
It's just,
no.
Okay, just double checking.
No.
Yeah, 20 feet. 5 feet extra. You know, I'll give that.
Does the athlete feat give you a swimming speed? No, it just gives you.
Yeah, it gives
No.
you like a better
It doesn't even
shot.
give you.
What's
Yeah,
strength?
It doesn't even
Yes.
give you a climbing speed. It just gives you the effect of a climbing speed.
Ooh.
That's
What a
kick in the
trash
teeth.
feat.
Not all feats are created equal.
No,
I
they
think
don't.
that should be it, no?
That's up to you guys.
Yeah, so I'm just reading through all my stuff to make sure I remember it.
Yeah, this
I'll
one is
just so you guys have a clear idea of what Justira plans on doing. She's going to hot drop directly above the palace.
Sounds like a plan.
You guys will be able to get to the king and queen within 10 minutes. Probably less, to be honest with you. 5 minutes. Well, 10 minutes. 5 minutes to get to the palace. 5 minutes for you guys to walk up the place and get to them directly.
Last minute reminder to look at your sheet and see how many potions you have, because we will need them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
you can
healers,
thank
fine.
you can thank good old Venian for supplying you guys with so much.
2 minor, 4. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a shitload of healing. I mean,
Oh, good. I got quite a few superior.
all I
Okay,
say is
that's
a shitload of healing, and then, oh god, I need more healing.
Listen, man, if you want to spend your action to double slam a potion, you know, you're free to, man. You know, free to. I don't mind.
Okay.
Just
So-
as the fucking rager, just like, yeah, drug.
Let's do this.